close today, and then we're gonna. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I know it's 12:15. I know some people it'll be 3:15. Some people it'll be nighttime. So depending on what time zone you live, it could be different. But my time is afternoon. So today we will be coloring from the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is a Coloring Heaven collection. Now this is not part of the subscription. This I actually bought at the Barnes and Noble because for some reason when I went to I had a hard time getting this. So this one isn't part of the subscription. You know, when you get the Coloring Heaven collections, you actually have to pay for those out of pocket. So this one will be coloring. This is 48 new magical designs by Fabiana Trey. I have not colored anything, and I do mean I have not colored anything. And then after we're done coloring this, we will be doing the finished pages for March. As I had colored in like 40-something books in total. I do not have the exact totals because I did color some stuff last night. So finished. I have to update those totals when I'm done, but it's 40 books, I think, not including the PDF. So that was including the PDFs too. So this is Dorothy. This is the farmhouse. So this is Dorothy in the farmhouse, and this is Toto. So that's Toto. So we will be coloring that today. So I like bright colors when I color a farmhouse. So I have some stuff hopefully arriving today, but it hasn't actually come yet. So we will see about that when it comes. So this one is a permanent, it is a Pompeian red. Remember, Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite. Hello to the 3 people in the chat. Hello, how is everybody? So this is going to be a very big, this is probably going to be a longer stream, so because we have a lot of things to get through. So this is a Coloring Heaven collection. So this would also be considered a color your hoard because I have not colored anything in this book. So I do have a lot of books that I colored in, a lot of pictures I colored in this month. I think I may have done more in this month than I did in February. I mean, February we did a lot. We didn't do as many PDFs. There is one PDF you guys cannot see because it's hanging up in the living room and it's a bunny one, so it's an Easter one. But I have been reading a lot of books lately, so that's also a good thing. Hello to the 5 people in the chat. I hope everybody is doing well. So, you know, so come on, say hello. We're not going to bite here. I see 5 people in this room, so if someone say something. I know this is going to be a longer stream because we're doing a color and chat and a finished pages in one. You know what it is? It's just that I have a tremendous amount of stuff. And I'd like to, like, you know, now I'm like every 3 to 6 months, I reorganize my stuff. I have to go through my clothes for the spring, see what fits me, what doesn't fit me, what looks good, and things like that, you know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. So who's looking forward to WrestleMania? I know it's Friday. It's because, you know, I've decided to do it on Good Friday. I know if you're Catholic, today is Good Friday. For some people, yes, I do keep up with the holidays, so. Oops. I see lots of little hearts, so thank you to whoever's giving me hearts. You know, I do have another device on me. Sometimes I look at the other device to see who's coming in there. My YouTube thingy. Oh. Hello. I don't. I really don't. Until I color in them. Sometimes I don't see anything that I've colored in them. So sometimes it's just a matter of, so you buy them and then you don't color in them for a long time. So sometimes it's not even, you know, I'm a very organized colorist, so I'm expecting something, and I'm also doing what's called a no buy next month. So April means like I'm not buying any coloring book supplies, no coloring books. I do have some things. So, you know, I'm trying to also finish some books. I did not finish some book. I did do a lot of progress. So the idea of a no buy is to actually save yourself some money. And also, the idea of a no buy is also, for me anyway, to work on what you have rather than what you don't have. If you guys are kind of interested in to see how much is here, I could give you a quick little sneak peek to show you how many books over there, how much stuff is on the couch, how much stuff I colored. So the idea is also not to buy supplies. So I have some stuff from Dick Blick that I bought with some birthday money. I bought that. So I bought about $70 worth of supplies. I don't know what happened here because one of my cinnamons disappeared. I'm not sure which one is the repeat one. For me, I think anyway, but I don't know about other people. That when you buy a lot of stuff, that the idea is to make sure that you are keeping within a budget and doing it, work on what I have rather than what I want. So I do have the new color I'm having issue coming, which is going to be the Adele Lorraine one. I have a romantasy book, which is supposed to come here sooner than later. Buy the books. So you're not only just that you generally are going to like. So these are my polychromos. You guys know that I don't bring out my polychromos too often. So here is the dark cadmium yellow. So I'm hoping my romantasy one comes forward because that's a book. So I bought all my book club books for the romantasy club I'm in Irvine. Yeah, I joined a romantasy book club. Yes, these are my polychromos. Now you guys know I don't really use my polychromos all that often, but I figured, you know, I'm waiting for some people to do some landscaping. So hopefully they'll come. They keep saying they come and then they come and then they don't come for a while. So it's like you have to like always be aware of everything that's going on. So if you hear a knock and then suddenly don't hear from me, that means we have to stop the stream and then we'll resume it at a later time. Hopefully we won't have to do that. You know, I do want to put this in as the finished pages, but so this will be a color your heart when I'm done. This is orange glaze. You know, it's okay on this paper. It's like funny because some of my paper doesn't work well. And then other pieces of paper work really well. I find that when I'm working in my color yard books or my mandala, my color books, that I prefer to work in markers in those books, not pencils in those books. That's not to say that pencils don't do well, but I find if I work in paper on that book, my pencils get really eaten up. My more expensive ones, like I don't mind if my cheap ones get eaten, but my expensive ones, like my polys, my Holbeins, and trust me, my Holbeins now cost you $4.25 to buy another pencil open stock. $3.60 if you buy 12 of them. But still, it's like, I don't understand why things are so expensive now. And don't tell me inflation. I think we deserve a big stream, and this is why I told you this was going to be a longer stream today, because it's 2 streams, really. I guess so, but still, it shouldn't be that much. Not even my Prismas are that much. My Prismas are like, no, now you can buy Prismas. Now this is, what color is this? What color is this? Yellow ochre. You know what? I prefer 100 set if you're going to do that, but to me, I still love my Copics. Don't get me wrong, there's some very nice budget-friendly markers, but overall, I prefer my Copics opposed to any other marker. Well, here's the thing about the Copics. So a lot of people say they don't like them, that they find them, oh, they can't use them. You have to give yourself time to use them like you do with the Prismacolors. If you've never used Prismacolors and you use them and then you don't like them, because you're not giving yourself time to the brand. Prismas, there is a learning curve. It's like you can't just straight color with those. Those colors are meant to be blending colors. I tell people, just do not buy Copics until you've had some experience with some of the cheaper markers. You know what I mean? Here's what I like about Copics. You can refill them. You can replace the nibs. You can buy the refillable ink. I mean, there are true curves. Some people have said they don't like Black Widows, but I'm like, it all depends on what you like to color with. I think Black Widows are very good for the money. I think Colors are good for the money. But not every pencil works on every paper. The only book that I have ever seen that works well with all pencils, really, is my Serene book by Nicholas Philbin. That is like the best book for pencils. Some people have done water mediums with them, and they do a really nice job. But if you're going to do water medium on Serene, I recommend watching a few videos to see how other people have done it and practice on other water books before you do it on that book, because that book's very expensive. It's not an easy book to get, and it was expensive. And it's still an expensive book. So you see the farmhouse, and this is yellow ochre. Someone asked me, what do I like? Do I like a round pencil, a thin pencil? Well, a lot of that is based on paper. A lot of it's not based on water, ink, and other things. Which one do you have? Fantasia? Because there's several versions of Fantasia. I have the Fantasia that is the double-sided one. I don't have the single-sided one. Somebody asked me which books I would keep, which books I would not keep. But, you know, I have a top 10 that I'm working on. So I've made some significant progress in the top 10 this month. Well, I have the one that's double-sided. I don't have the third edition, which is single-sided. And, you know, I can't get every book I want to get. Number one, because it's a space thing now. You know, I only have so much space for book. And then I've also started reading again. Currently, I am reading, what am I reading? The Heartless Hunter, which is for book club. Right? I'll show you what I'm reading. I'm reading this book for my book club. It's my Kindle. So if anybody is wondering what I'm reading, I have things in. This is what I'm reading for my book club. The Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccareli. I'm only 8%. I just started it, so that's what I'm reading for my book club, right? So that's for my Romantasy book club. So that's that one. Yes, I have it. And then I'm reading this one, which is beautiful cover. This is Gothikana. It's a tale of dark romance. It's by RuNyx. Look at that beautiful cover. And then if you take this cover off, you see that. Look at that. Beautiful thing in the back, right? Then look at the inside cover of this book. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with a little bit of a Dracula feel with the castle in it. And then look at these purple edges, right? And the back too has that. And you have a black back. So, I mean, this is an extraordinarily beautiful. I wanted to show you guys that. So, but then I also bought Bride by Ali Harcourt. That was recommended to me by I don't have it out, but I was Bride by Ali Harcourt or something like that, Harwood. That was actually what they were reading in the straight romance club. Yeah, there's a book club that just does straight romance, like just romance. The one that I'm in is Romantasy, which is a blending of romance and fantasy. So I've read Wild and Wicked Things, Fourth Wing, Wild and Wicked Things, which was a witch tale, and then we read another one, A Fate Inked in Blood, which was by Danielle Jensen. I also bought the first Bridge book, the Bridge series, which everybody highly recommends in my book club. So sometimes when you join the book club, they give you really good recommendations. I also found that since now that I'm living in Orange County, that the biggest bookstore is in Huntington Beach. So they really do come up with some beautiful covers. Isn't that a beautiful cover? I'm liking Gothikana from what I've read. So I'm reading 2 books right now. Then I think over this weekend I'll be trying to make more space in my closet for clothes and other things, you know. I'm also doing a reorganization of my shelves and cleaning them, dusting them, you know. All the usual stuff that's a spring cleaning. That's a very good series. I gotta reread that. At some point I'm gonna reread that series. And I'm also gonna read the Throne of Glass series again, because I read that series a long time ago, but I never finished it. I think I was at the one where they overthrew the king and they were going to go back to their home. So keep that in mind when they do that. Don't mind that. Hold on. Do I have this door fully closed? Fully close this door so you don't hear me on this phone call. Sorry about that. Ignore that. That's my mother on the phone with her doctor. So try not to pay attention to that. So if I can hear it, you guys can hear it. So when my mother leaves, she'll tell me, and then I'll open up the door again, and then I can hear when the packages arrive. So, you know, I'm expecting a few things. I'm expecting a Blick package. I'm expecting some Amazon stuff I ordered for the channel. So, you know, the Throne of Glass is kind of a harder book, but I think the series gets better, to tell you the truth. The more you read it, it has a lot better stuff in it. I think the book gets better, but that's just my opinion. See, when I had the cinnamon ones, I had a cinnamon one that was so little like this, so I got lucky. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do a thing. I know that this is supposed to be the farm and it's supposed to be a rustic look, but I like what do you call it? Wizard of Oz to have very bright colors. You know, I'm a bright color. It's not me, it's my mother who's on the phone. So keep that in mind. What color is this? Light phthalo. So you see how the pretty colors always. See, we're in the bedroom today, but sometimes we're in the main room. So, you know, this is going to be a long stream today. And some people don't like long, but I mean, it's 2 streams. You know, I did read the first book in it. I did a long time ago. I think about maybe 5-6 years ago. So it's been a while. I didn't read the other books, but I did read the first one a long time ago. So I remember enjoying that first book. But I had some problems with, you know, whenever you do retellings of books, the person to do the most successful retelling, because now it's going to be made into a movie, is Gregory Maguire. You know, someone said to me, you know, they turned it into a movie now. It was a Broadway play for a long time. And I did see the Broadway play before we left New York, and I thought it was a very good production. I did enjoy the wickedness. Did I tell you that theater was way too cold? I don't understand why they make theater so freezing cold. And yeah, they do. Whenever you go to the theater to see a movie or a play, they make the theater freezing cold, and you're like, oh. And I want to say Happy Good Friday to everybody here who celebrates it. Yeah, the Broadway production was really good. I'm kind of curious to see what they do with the movie. And, you know, I did put my disclaimers down there. I like very vivid, very bright colors, so you'll find out that I really like bright colors and other things. So I figured like some people will not like to have an Easter, normally I would have a Sunday or Saturday. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to have a nice dinner, me and my mother. I'm probably gonna buy something. We made some pasta last night, me and my mother. We're probably gonna have the leftovers of that this weekend. We cooked it up, or we cooked a lot of it ourselves. Or maybe on Sunday I'll get some meat at the store because I always buy my salads there the week up. And I bought these oranges a few days ago from Trader Joe's, a bag of oranges, and me and my mother, we've already gone through them. I tell you, they're the best oranges I've ever had in my life. They're like the most juiciest, the sweetest ones that I've ever had from Trader Joe's. I recently had a clean-in yesterday, which I think was very good for me. So you see how the colors are coming together on this. So yeah, nothing really like, my brother bought me this hydrangea plant, and I tell you, oh my God, this thing eats up the water like a crazy thing. Plus it seems to really like the sun, this plant. And keep it alive. Most plants die on these, so. So yeah, this one has really beautiful browns, like the Holbeins. This one has really nice. Make these eyes brown. The grays have a really nice thing. I'm thinking about making this gray, the brown gray, because Hey, color interview. How are you? We're gonna color first, and then we're gonna do the finished pages. We're coloring and doing the finished pages because it's gonna be Easter Sunday, and I know some people don't like Easter streams, and most people will be eating dinner and doing their family. So I've decided to do a 2-for-1 stream. Sometimes, and I learned this trick from markers, sometimes if you roll around and do this instead with your markers, the color comes out much better when you do it in a circular. Thank you, View. You're giving me views. Yay. Yes, views are very important for a stream. As you can tell, I put down the, what is it called? The thing was supposed to delete all our disclaimers. I don't always put the disclaimers. Probably after the video is done, I will put in a bunch of links, which will take me a lot of time. Sometimes I don't finish putting in the links because it just takes me too long to do, especially when you have a massive amount of books. I'm not really sure what color I'm going to put directly in. Yet some. I was thinking yellow and red, but now I'm thinking blue. But most of the stuff is blue. And purple. I have a nice purple here. So, see, here's how you build up purple without having to change the color consistency. Just a little bit of pressure and you see how different the colors come. We don't have to put people in traditional colors, you know, that's just the colors we're used to doing them in. If you notice something, it's been mostly polychromos. So I'm really liking the way the colors are coming in. So, you know, everything comes out nice. So remember to leave me a thumbs up. That really helps us in the views. I thought I was going to do pink. Yeah, I'm very mistaken. Blue and purple work very well together. The color should be always. The color wheel, blue and purple, is supposed to be complementary. And then after we're done that, we'll do the face and then we'll do the skin again. So the skin is very important too, you know. Skin takes probably about the longest to do. What would you say is the thing that takes you the longest when coloring pictures? Is it skin? Is it flowers? Is it landscape? Or does it depend on what medium you use? You know, it's going to be a really pretty thing. Probably by the time this is over, I'll see my Amazon packages will probably have arrived while we were streaming. Now, someone probably in the comments is probably going to write, well, you should have done them at 2 separate streams instead of one. But, I mean, we're sitting here already, you know. So, I don't know what time it is by color review, but she could be like 6, 7 hours ahead of me if she's eating dinner. So. Yeah, when your pencil is dull, you can always go and put it in one of your hand cranks. I love my hand cranks more than I love other pencils. You know, when you get thicker pencils, the hand cranks are lifesavers, especially when you get pencils like this. You know, especially when you get thicker pencils like this. Pencils, I highly recommend these hand cranks with bigger cranks. Someone is telling me that the new the Caran d'Ache has a pencil sharpener, but it's like almost $100 something. I'm not spending $100 on a pencil sharpener. I'm sorry, $100 is like three. It's like 5 coloring books, maybe 10 if you're cheap. That to me is like 5 solid good coloring books for a sharpener. Yeah, I was saying color and view, Pamela. Color and view's real name is Pamela, so. What time is it there? I did a lot of coloring this month. I know it's really fun to show it, you know, and I try to watch as many people as I can, and sometimes, you know, I don't get to watch people all at once because there's so many wonderful colorists now. And that's the problem too. There's so many wonderful people who color that it's really hard to see, you know. I think that you have people who are your favorites, the people who come constantly to your stream, so those people need to be, you know, you try to go to as many people as you can all at once, and you're like, why can't I get to everybody all at once? And now we're gonna do. Oh, see, this is what happens when you have a whole lot of things. So you know, when you do that, you know, you have a whole lot of people. So you know, we're doing a coloring too. So now I need a nice little light pink. This is a Prisma. And now I'm going to put up a white. Prisma white. The Caran d'Ache titanium white. And the Granite Rose are my favorites as far as whites go. I don't have the chroma flows. I've never tried them. Believe it or not, I've never tried the chroma flows. So keep that in mind. So I have never tried that yet. Cream. For skin tones, these are my go-to. Yes, believe it or not, these are my go-to pencils. Deco Pink. Salmon Pink. See me, I have enough pencils as it is, Pamela, so. For my biggest hits, I can do skin tones, you know, like for my whole bodies, for my Prismas, and then my Black Widows, I can do a lot of skin tones. And then we will finish it up with like peach beige, and I don't think I need any more, like, although I do want to complete the luminance, it's just that extra 20 pencils, it's just a lot of money. I'm like, that extra 24, because they came out with the 100 set of luminance and then more money. To me, you will have what I call, what are they, the Prismacolor Loyalties. I want to complete my luminance at some point, because I originally had the 76 set, and then they came out with an additional 24 set, which makes me a little, how shall we call this, a little angry about that. Oh, I thought I had Black Widows, and I don't. I actually put out the wrong set. Actually, but this is good. This means I could do something different. I want a gray, and I don't see a gray in here. So we're going to do this part gray, but the rest is going to be brown. But I'm just going to roll this part of this. I remember when Wizard of Oz was first written, it was written during the Great Depression or the Dust Bowl. So keep in mind when you color sometimes these things, sometimes you have to remember the time period in which they were being colored, or when they came out, at least the movie, and I think that one of the original movies with Judy Garland when she was very young really represented that time very well. A lot of people are like, well, why is it so black and white? And then when she gets to land, everything is colorful. So you're trying to keep yourself in a historical context if you want a historical context for certain things and why color them certain colors. So keep your accuracy. Desert yellow. These are colors. And remember, ours is supposed to be very colorful. And, when we're talking about Kansas and all those places in the Midwest in the 1930s, it was a real time of great economic development. You had dust bowls, you had the lands being barren. You want to keep your things as neat as possible. Now, some people might confuse these for castle arts or whatever the other set that looks like these are, because there's a few sets that look like their colors, but these are one of my favorites. favorite pencils. After this stream is over, I will probably take a picture of this and then put it on the Instagram so it gets put in Novella's Color Your Award. I think I even have a cat. What is it? The Magical Cats book, coloring book from Color in Heaven that I've never done a picture of. I don't think I've done one. I might be mistaken. I might have started one, but I don't think I ever finished anyone in that one. Well, if I did color it, it's just probably one thing I've colored in it. I probably kept that book because my mother liked that book. My mother was like, no, don't get rid of it. I like the images in it. Sometimes I keep a book, even if I don't sometimes like it right away. Like the Eureka Shin Color in Heaven. I don't like that book at all. I think the pictures are okay in it. It's just not, I think it's a little too dark and gothic for my taste. See how pretty this coloring is coming along. This is going to be a longer stream for those of us who are, because I have like over 40 something books here, so, well, 30 something plus PDFs. You know, I should do that, but I don't want to do that. It's too hard for me to do that. So yeah, it's really been a busy month, and then I've been also now starting to read again. So I'm starting to buy actually physical copies of books. So I have to make room for those too on my shelf. So and one way for me to purge books, color and view, is to actually finish some of the coloring books I have. This has been an incredibly busy month for me. So this is a color pencil. These, I bought the 180 set. This was way before they had like the 240 set, the 300 set. So that just tells you how big of a set. Orange red. I'm going to color it all one color. As you can see, it's all coming together very nicely. And for me, it's sometimes some colors come out darker on camera. I don't know why sometimes things come out darker or lighter or more colorful on camera. Sometimes things come out lighter, sometimes they come out darker on camera. A lot of times they come out darker on camera. I never understood that thing about that. This is darker yellowish green. And this is chocolate. Oh. See, that's what happens when you press too hard with a pencil. I wasn't even pressing that hard. So then we've done our basket. So our basket is done, which I'm very proud of. Sometimes I take some, put it in the little container that holds your shapes. So now we're going to do yellowish. This is called dark yellowish green. I guess we didn't finish any books this month, but you know, we made progress. So. You know, sometimes you get a book from the companies and they just don't, the books don't even appeal to you, and you're like, what am I paying? Like, you know, I'm on subscription to Color and Heaven magazine. And I like having my subscription because I get my books every month and then I'm fine. But here's the thing you gotta remember, not every book you're gonna love. Not everything in the subscription you're gonna love. And that's why I don't buy everything from the Color and Heaven collection. There are books that I have basically said, I don't really like this book. Doesn't mean I'm gonna not like something that they might not do in the future. So, you know what I mean? And, you know, one of the things I like about Color and Heaven is that they're always trying to introduce us to someone new, or they bring back somebody that people haven't heard of, like, you know, Inez Cabrera got started in Color and Heaven. You know, her first exposure was that. So this is the one. So now we have done a Color Your Horde. Yay! I bought this like 2-3 months ago in the book Barnes and Noble, so I'm very proud of that one. So hold on, let me see if Amazon delivered me anything. Tough to deliver. So. It's okay if they're not there yet, you know what I mean? So okay, so this is the newest Color Your Horde. So So now the first part of the stream is over. So this is the Wonderful Wizard of Oz Color and Having Collection. You can probably get this at your local Barnes & Noble if they still have them. They usually have them in the games and puzzle section. Well, they have them on the newsstand, which is the last place I saw this one. Yeah, they actually had some on the newsstand issue. So look in your newsstand issue, look in your puzzling games or wherever they keep the coloring books in your Barnes & Noble. You might be able to still get this one. So, or you can order it online, I think, at the Color in Heaven magazine site. So this is the first one. So that is the Color in Heaven. So now we get to the stuff that. So now we're going to go to the PDFs. So yes, we get the PDFs. Yay. So I'm going to do something really quick on my Excel. I do. So. And I'm going to add the Wizard of Oz thing to it. So at the end of the month, I'll know. Plus, my Excel doesn't want to work ever when I need it to work. Yeah, I keep everything on an Excel file, and I didn't bring my notebook with me to keep the updated totals. So right now, this is next stream that we have. So, you know, every once in a while you get new images. Hello, Emily's Coloring Corner. We just finished coloring this from Color in Heaven in the first part of the stream. So now we're doing my finished pages for the month. So we did this one, which is a Color Your Hoard as well. So I have to take, after the stream is over, I have to take a picture and put it in the March Color Your Hoard. Yeah, we actually did this with Prismas, Polychromos, and Colors. Doesn't it? So now we're going to the finished pages. So this is what I have finished in PDFs this month. I didn't get done as nearly as many as I would have hoped to, but I did get a photo from my camera. Hold on for a second. Somebody know this. Oh, at the book club on Monday when we met to discuss A Fate Inked in Blood, this dog showed up. This is a Great Pyrenees. It joined us for book club on Monday night. Her name is Baby, so I thought you guys would all like to see that. And then in the Irvine Spectrum Center, they have a Hello Kitty Cafe. This is actually, the kids love it. They go crazy, but this is also a very expensive place to get coffee. Here we go. And this is from the Easter coloring book by Botanical Nook. I colored this with markers, right? So this is from Botanical Nook, I believe is the coloring artist. I did this, so it is a Color Your Hoard because it was the first page in that. I do buy a lot of the PDF books from Etsy, so I know that some of the artists I may or may not buy is from AI, so keep that in mind. Some of the sellers I do buy is from AI, but I'm very aware of it, and they do tell you. So some of them are hybrid, so a lot of them use AI just to finish off their work because it helps them with their hands. So keep that in mind, that not all people who use AI are bad, and some of them will disclose it to you. Okay, so this first one is Shamrock Elf by Hannah Lynn. I use colored pencils for this one. Yeah, so the next one is, I think this is from Giraffe Coloring, and this is an Alice in Wonderland coloring book that I got a few months ago. So that one is that one. This one is Puppy Love by Moonstone Ink Designs, and I used colored pencils for this one. And a lot of you saw this on the Instagram. I did post it. Then this one is also Easter coloring book. This is an Easter one, but I can't remember the name of that. Isn't that Alice in Wonderland cute? I love fairy tales. As you notice, this one is really cute too. And this one is, oh, it's by Aventura Crafts. So this one is Aventura Crafts as well. This one is also from Puppy Love, but I did this one in markers. So I'm starting. So I kept a space for the bunny one Yeah, so when it does it, so when I use pencils, I have to keep the pencil ones with the pencil ones, and I have to keep the marker ones with the marker ones. Otherwise, they kind of bleed onto the paper in the back. So I learned that mistake, unfortunately. So those are the PDFs. So this is not from the top 10, but I did manage to do a little Disney one. Disney portraits. Yay! I actually did a Disney one. I had to look up this character because she's new, and I know she's from oh, what is the one that she's from? This is a new character. This is one of the newer Disney characters for me. Oh, what is she from? Is she from that Wreck-It Ralph one? Penelope something. Oh, someone help me here. I don't remember it. So, but I did like this one, so I did color it a little bit. So I don't know if I did her hair right. I always have a hard time doing black hair, coloring black hair in. This is like the hardest color for me to color hair is black hair. Doesn't matter if it's marker or pencil. I always have a hard time coloring black hair. I actually had to look the character up and do an image search to see what she looked like. So keep that in mind. So that's the one that we did there. Now for the top 10. Oh, who is the person that loves mandalas? As you can see, I did a whole lot of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 8 in this book. 8 mandalas. So keep that in mind, 8. So I did this one on 3/1/24. Michelle would love these because this book, for some reason, Sally Berry's books don't show up on Amazon anymore. I don't know why on Amazon. So keep that in mind. So they don't show, it doesn't show up anymore in that. So it doesn't show up anymore. I did this one with Marcus. This was all done with Marcus and gel pens. Mostly color gel pens, but sometimes I used the ones that I had of Tesafy minus Pentel Sparkle Pots. This one was done with Marcus. Some of my cheaper, I did it with some of my cheaper markers, and you can tell some of the things didn't come out right because the ink was dying. So this one I did on tweet 22. I wrote down when I did them. So as you can see, kind of went a little crazy. I did this one not too long ago. I did this one 2 days ago. So you could tell the markers were fading. This one I did with a couple of different things. And this was like trying different colors to see what worked, what didn't work. Then I did another one. This one actually came out different than I thought it was going to come out. I picked like the most interesting colors. I picked like a 3-color gradient to see how the 3-color challenge would work. See, sometimes I use the mandalas in the 3 colors, so it's an easy way to do it. So that I did on 3/7. I may have gone a little crazy on this book. I think this is one of the ones that I did the most in. So you guys can see I did red, pink, and some green in this one. Yeah, I did this one. I did this one pretty early in the month, 3/8/24. It's a great way to try 3 colors on challenge. So you get it. And then I did this one on 3/12, right before my birthday. I did that. So I think that was nice. They are relaxing in a way to do it. I think they're very relaxing. So that is in my top 10. You know, my top 10 always stays out because the top 10 always stays out no matter what. What are we going to put away then you do that? The next couple of things on the top 10. So, one, I gotta keep my door open to listen for them if they come. The landscapers come, I need to be able to bring them here because they're going to do work. The next one is another top 10. So we're in the top 10 books. So yes, another mandala book. So we did 2 in this. I have decided that I'm not going to keep this book, even though I like the pictures in it. I decided not to do it. Oh, it's a pink, purple, and red. I know I have the volume 2, so I already have the volume 2, but I'm not keeping this one. You know, it's about space conservation. And then I did this one last night. I finished last night with a lot of glitter in it. Like, you can tell glitter in it, so I used the Color It gel pens. I love the Color It gel pens because, number one, I can buy the refills very easily. They're very easy to use. So I did that one. The next one, another one that I did a lot in. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So, and I have one in progress that I'm doing in this book. I call this my many whips book. So I finished a lot of the whips I had in this month. So this one I had most of it done. I just needed to finish up the colors. So this is mostly a clip art book. I bought this at 5 and below. It turned out to be a very good book, and it's also a little bit of a challenging book to do. I did this one. I don't know why this one did not stick out. So I did, what did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actually in this book. So there's this one. Then I did this one. Just like try new things. Sometimes this book is good because I like to try different color palettes. I made the owl very colorful. And I also use colored gel pens. You see how the colored gel pens, I tried to make the owl as colorful as it is, and I wanted it to be colorful, and I didn't want it to be straight gray. You know? That's what I did with this one. This one is a work in progress, as we call it. This is the whip of it, so as you can tell, I have an idea for something. It was called Mumu Magic. I decided to put some brighter colors in my book, so then I did this one. I think I have some. I think I have a whip in this one. Is a whip. This one is definitely a whip, so I might end up finishing this next month. This one. So this is one that's there. So I have about 16, 17 left in that. So that's a good one. The top 10 are always out no matter what, so keep that in mind. Then I did Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I actually started one in it and I have finished one in it. So I find that Ivy is hard to do because this is one that I will be giving away to my nieces when I'm done. So this is the double page spread I did. This took me so long to do because I had it done for, it took me about 2 months to do it because it took so long to do and I had so many colors in it. So just so you guys have an understanding, just so you guys kind of see how the colors work in this. Like it doesn't really show all the glitter and the gel, all the pencil work that was done on it. And then I also have the little mouse here that I had to do. And so then I started this. I think I started this last night, but I didn't get a chance to finish. So I just started doing the colors in this one. As you can tell, I just started doing the color in this one to make it look nice. So, you know, I just started that one. You know? So Ivy is one of the ones that's on my to be finished list. Sometimes I move stuff because I have to move the top 10 and I keep the top 10 to, I tend to keep the, what is it? The top 10 together. So far the number of 59. So then I did Intricate Flowers, which is 3. So I'm also So I did 3 in this one. So I finally finished this one. Some of you may have seen this last month. Yeah, I have a spreadsheet that I keep all the pictures on, how many I do per month. So did this one, which I really like the red and pink. As you can see, the red was dying, and that was from a cheaper market set. So I was like, I'll just do the rest pink and make them pink. I should have done them more pink, but more red. And then I did this one last night. As you can tell, the ink started drying on some of these really fast. So these were done with Copics and some cheaper markers. So that ran out. So as you can tell, I try to do a few every month from a few of my and to finish, because I feel like if I don't do them, I'll never finish them. So that's why a lot of us have in it the top 10 that we do. The rest of the top 10 books. Yay! The rest of the top 10 books. Fragile World by Kirby Rosanes. Now, I talked a lot about this one. Now, I did one in the back. So usually when I do these, I try to look up what the creatures look like in real life. And these are Chinese pangolins. I had never heard of them. I had to do some research on what these look like and about the creatures. So this is a Kirby picture. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how hard it is to do a Kirby picture. So hold on, let me go back so you guys can just kind of see how big the picture is. Sometimes I have to move the camera out so you guys can see just how much work I did. I use Prismas, I use polychromos, I use my Holbeins, I use some Black Widows in this, just so you can understand how green I made some of these colors. And I used a lot of different greens, I used some browns, I used some grays. You know, finding out what they look like was the hardest thing. So, and that is on my top 10 to finish. Then I did Cute and Creepy. I did 5 in this. 5 in the Cute and Creepy one. So let's start off with what I did. My mother hates this picture. My mother absolutely thinks this is my worst coloring ever. To tell you the truth, my mother thinks this is my worst picture ever. I'm like, it is a lot of work to do this one. So my mother thinks this is my worst one, the cute little abominable snowman. I did not do this one. I'm stuck on this one. I don't know what to do. So I had done this one a long time ago. So then I decided that I wanted to match the creatures kind of on the next page. So that's what I did on this one. I just finished this one. I really like this little guy. I called him I made a little joke because my mother was staying with my brother and my brother wasn't behaving very well when she stayed with him. So I called him the little demon, my little brother, the demon. So it's kind of, these 2 pages are kind of like a little joke on my brother. So it's a little joke, but it's it's meant to be funny. So then you guys knew about these 2 pages. I've been working on these 2 pages for a while. So we did that. We finished these pages. We finally got the purple we wanted. So let me tell you something. This exhausted my pencil. The last of this color that I had, this exhausted it. Luckily, I had another pencil, so similar. So then I did this one. We finally finished this one with Prisma's another color. So what was the other one I did? I did another one. I could have sworn we did another one. I guess that's it. I could have sworn I did another one. These are from a long time ago, if anybody wonders what these are. This is meant to be a color and chat with Sammy. I got the inspiration from her and what she looks like, so from a long time ago, and that's her hedgehog buzz. So that was what that picture was inspired by. Everybody's curious about that picture, where that picture came from. The idea, anyway, of that picture. This one I've decided I'm not keeping when I finish. I don't really like the pictures too much. To me, they're a little corny. So I finally finished this one. This is like the Forever Whips, as I call it, book. I really enjoy this one for the finished pages. Lots of different colored pencils. So I got to figure out what I'm doing here in this one. This is an Alice one. So this is like the Forever Whips. And when I color in this book, some weird reason I have started one of these, but whenever I color, something happens with this. I have to erase this all. Like it just does pencil lie. I don't know why. So then I have this one, which is the whip. So this book has a lot of whips. So then I have this one is a whip. Another whip. 2 whips here. I call it for the Forever Whip book. Somebody said to me, you know, what's going to happen is you're going to start going through the whips and you're going to start finishing them really fast. And I start laughing because that might be true. You see here? Some stuff going here. You don't really see it on the page, but I have to erase that and then fix it. And then you see this one is a long time whip I did a long time ago. I don't even know what colors I used or which pencil brands. So you see that I only did 2, but you see this is like a Forever Whip book I'm ever doing. Then I have this one at the bottom. So I want you guys to be aware that I am working in the book. This one's not going fast enough, in my opinion. And then I did Magical Fairies, which is in top 10. And I finally finished this one. I had started this a long time ago, and as you can see, I put her wings in glitter with a glitter gel pen. So this is a grayscale coloring book, and this is a hardcover. But the thing is, once I'm done with the first 25 images, they go over again. So it's a 20. So basically, it's 50 pages, 25 times 2. So when you're done, you get a chance to color them again. So I don't think I'm finishing that book anytime soon. Beautiful portraits, realistic adult coloring book. I did this one. The markers kept drying out on me. For whatever reason in this book, they dry out on me. It's the same color as this. This paper dries out my markers incredibly fast. I do not know why. And I made it a little more tan skin. So this is one of the top 10 finish. As you can tell, I haven't decided if I'm keeping this or not, but I think I might keep it because I like the girls in it so much. This might be one of those books I keep. Even if I don't like all the pictures in it, I think I'm keeping this one just because I think the pictures are really nice. It's a good example of what you could do with grayscale markers. Someone said to me now that there's a hardcover version of this book. If you want to get a hardcover version of it, you can get a hardcover. So, but I have this one. I think this one was done in pencil and marker. Because I'm looking at this and it has some pencil streaks in it. So you see it has some yellow in it. So that's an easy thing to fix. I don't know why this is. This is the one that was meant to be Kim Kardashian, and it didn't come out exactly as I would have liked it to come out. So, there's a lot of nice pages in this one. This might be one that I keep. So, just keeping it real. Did you guys not think I would not have a lot of books this month? Okay, what is this book? Let's see, what is the name? Chinese Ancient Beauty by Zhan Li. I seem to be doing one Chinese picture a month. I did this book. A little bit sexier than what you guys are used to. This is a Chinese coloring book I got a long time ago. I don't remember where I got some of these books. So keep that in mind. Some of these books are light. And then I did 2 in Color and Ocean's Mermaids. There might be a chance I might finish this book this year. I'm not keeping this one. The reason why is that it's just, I don't really care. I like the images, but I don't love them enough. Like I like kind of her previous books. They're really nice. But then I have a whip in this one. I started the tail. So as you guys can see, I started the tail, but I haven't finished it. Then I did this one. I colored a few pages in this one. Oh no, that's not the one I colored. Then I did this one. The Prince Arthur and Princess Molly one I did. Believe me, this is a color, but it's a lighter pink, so that's why it comes out looking like I haven't colored it, but it is a lighter pink. So We did color this one. So that is that one. If I ever finish the Chibi Girls, I'm not keeping that one either because it's a little fat, you know what I mean? So we're trying to preserve space. That's why I get a lot of books now in PDF format, just because they're a lot easier. I did this one for Easter, the little Easter boy or Easter girl with Easter colors. I thought that one came out really nice. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. Came out better than I thought it was going to come out. This is a light purple. It's not coming out on it, but it did get colored, so keep that in mind. Just came out very light, that color. And then I finally finished this little sauna girl. Took me forever to finish this. I started, stopped it, started, stopped. I have this habit of started, stopping, start, stop books. So this was one of the top 10 from last year that I didn't finish. So I did 2 in this one. I finally did 2. I finally finished the Here Comes the Bride page. So I'm so happy about that one. Like I have a lot of whips in this one too. So, and then I finished this one. I had a little problem where I refilled my marker. It was blotting down. I'll tell you how bad that looks. So it's okay, you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. So that was that one in Mueller. Hello Spring by Coco Wild. Now a lot of you have not seen that book. In a while. I did 2 in this one. So I did red flowers. I made them all red. And then I did this one, Spring Flowers, which I thought was really pretty. I liked the colors in it. I liked the way the colors came out in that. I used a lot of my Copics on this page, so keep that in mind. And I love doing different things. Then I did one from Teresa Goodridge's Romantic Country Scenes. So when we're done this, I did one in this, which I really like that a lot. So I did this one. Did this mostly in pencil, and I think the border I did in pen. Yeah, I did the border in pen. Yeah, I did the border in pen. Yeah, I did the border in pen, so I thought this was a nice little book to do for springtime. Yay! I know, I did a lot. I did some Asian coloring books this month, so we did this one. Now, I got this book a couple of months ago, maybe 6, 7 months. I haven't colored in it because I've been a little challenged by it. So I finally grabbed up my courage and finished one. As you can see, I also have started some and never finished this, like this one. I've started this one but not finished it. So this ended up being a Color Your Hoard for March because it's the first completed page in the book, and I did the bear saying hello, happy bear. So I thought this was really cute. I thought this was a good way to start the book. So now I got 1 page done in it. This was that was pricey. And then I did Aries World Literature coloring book. So then I did this one. This is one we did on stream, and this was a 2-parter, guys. Remember, this was the 2-parter we did on live stream. So you guys would like that. I really enjoyed that. So someone asked me, would I keep certain Japanese books? Would I keep certain Asian books? Every book is going to be a case-by-case basis. Like my Demeanor Victoria hardcovers. I'm not keeping those when I'm done with them. So, you know, every book is different. Lana Green's this book. I love this book. I think this book is stunning. And I know she's coming out. I've heard, guys, that she's coming out with a second book. I am looking forward to that so much. So, and then I started the little flowers here. So this is Windflower. So you guys know that I've been doing pictures. I try to do pictures at least 1 picture every month in this book. So that way she gets that, you know, in there. And then I did one of the goals this month was to do something from a book, novel, or TV-based coloring book. So I did one from here. And this is the one that I chose to do. I chose to do this page, which is like a lot of different mediums. I think I did a lot of different pencils in this one. So I tried to do lots of different things. I think I definitely used my Prismas, my Couleurs, my Black Widows, my Holbeins on this. This page was actually a lot more work than it looked like. You know, sometimes pages look easy to do, but they're not, because I had to do the hand. I had to do the dress was pretty, this part of the page was pretty easy, but then I had to do this part, and then I had to do the hand and all the intricate leaf work. So sometimes pages look easy, but don't think they're easy, because this took me about a good just took me 2 to 3 sit-ins, 1 hour each day to do it. So sometimes I'm slow, sometimes I'm fast. So depends on the picture. That was that one. What is the question? You know, almost like through, I think like 75% of one shelf is just my Heaven books magazine. So this is Enchanted Animals Special Coloring Book by Karolina Kubikowska-Also. And I think this is the first page I've done. And I know we did this in a live stream, so I think it also counts for Color Your Board. So we did this on live stream. So there's a live stream on this page. So this was basically, I think, like I was thinking about Easter. So yeah, I don't think I've done any other pages in this book. I do like this book. The more I color in this Color in Heaven, the more I'm liking it. Then we did one from Maud Lemoyne in Fantasy Figure Special. I love this page. I love the colors I used in this. As you can tell, I'm trying to do more complementary colors in the way to do this. And I think, what is this one? I did this one in pencil. Yeah, most of the colors were done in marker in this book. So Maud Lemoyne also has a color. I have one other coloring book by her besides the 2 Color in Heaven ones. So keep that in mind that we did that. And then I finally did one in Fantasy Kingdom Special by Chris Ortega. He does have a 3 coloring books separate from the Color in Heaven one. So, and the artwork is very similar. So he kind of does this one. So I had seen someone last month do this image in it. So this was also Color Your Hoard, because I'm not colored in this. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to try doing a page in this too. So I've been doing some Color Your Hoards this month because I thought they were great. So I'm hoping again. So then I did a Room of Wonder by Johanna Basford. Danielle would be proud. I did this one. Now this one was like stop, start, go. And then, as you can see, I did some gel pen work in it to make it look nice. So, but I was trying to complement this one on the other page, which I haven't finished yet. So I'm trying to also do that page too. So we're trying to do new things, trying to work around our stuff. Whimsy Girls at Work by Hannah Lynn. This one just came up by osmosis. I saw it and I was like, oh, I like the little girl with the police outfit. As you guys know, you can also do them. This is the simpler one, and then there's the other one. I got this book a long time ago, so there's a more complicated one, and then the simpler one. Sometimes I do the simpler one, sometimes I do the more complicated ones. Depends on what I feel like doing that day. Then we finally did one in, yeah, some of them, Hannah Lynn is also coming out with a pets book, so I'm going to get the pets book in PDF to save them. You know what I do, Pamela, is I get the book, but I only print out the pages that I'm interested in coloring to preserve my space on my binders and my shelf. So here's one that I did. This one is, I guess I can remove that page. So when I do my marker work, I can do that. You know what I mean? So then I did Anne Stokes, a Mythical Collection coloring book, and there's 2. And this was a brand new book I got last month. I actually bought this in the clearance section of Barnes & Noble for $8. This book on Amazon originally retailed for about $30-something. So I had been wanted this book like forever, but could never get it at a very reasonable price until I saw it in the clearance section. So go to your clearance section. Sometimes you'll find really good stuff in your clearance section. So you did this one, right? And I think this was the one. This one was for Color Your Horde. So I enjoyed that dragon. So some would have said I should have made it red and orange, but I like the purple and blue. I have a thing for purple and blue this month. I don't know why, but I've been having a thing for purple and blue for a while now. There is a possibility that I could finish this book if I keep coloring the page every month. So this is The Way Home. This is the Baby Yoda book that a lot of us. Hi, Carol. This is we colored for the first hour of the stream. I did add a new page. We did finish a page this week, so keep that in mind. So now we're doing the finished pages, and you missed a lot. So this is possibly a book I could finish. If I do finish this, this is what I'm keeping because I like the pictures in it and I think it's cute. I love Baby Yoda. Yeah, I know. I'm doing 2 streams really in one. This is called The Way Home by Morgan O'Brien. I keep seeing people do pictures and then I get inspired to do them. That's the way this book seems to work. I get inspired by watching other people color in this book. Yeah, so I finished this page and I really enjoy coloring the Yoda pages, but sometimes I find them challenging. This is still one that's a work in progress. I really like that. I've also been rewatching Money Heist again. So yeah, we have hardcovers too to get to. So. Oh, really? Which one? The Morgan O'Brien? I know a lot of people like his work, but the book that I like of his the best is the... So we actually finished our first picture in Enchanted Earth by Melopomini Chat Zipaniako 2. I have such a hard time. So, I finally finished a page in this. So I did this one. We did this one with gel pens, colored pencils. I actually have a few whips in this book. So I have this cover page that's a whip. I have this thing that's a whip. I'll tell you, I have more whips perhaps in this book. It's kind of like a Kirby book to me, or like in that I start projects, but I don't finish them. I have ideas and then I stop and then I start. This is the cover page, the mini cover page. I have this one, which I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this one. This is the whip book. I have this one. This is my whip book. I have this one. I have no idea how I'm going to finish this one. My nieces will probably give me ideas on how to finish this. They made some comments on Mermaid I'm working on in this one. We all know Grace likes mermaids. And I did buy a mermaid coloring book, PDF book off of Nori Art again. I have this one that's not finished. I know, it's the whip machine by Grace. Uh-huh. And now we have the Kindness coloring book by Grazia Salvo. I only did one in this, which I kind of like this, but my markers, I tell you, my markers act weird in this book. Any kind of marker acts weird whenever I do skin tone in this. I don't know why. It just is weird. See, look at this. This is the way the skin tone looks, and I have to refix the skin tone. I don't like using my pencils in this book, but I will use them if necessary. But markers work really weird in this book. But I like using them with markers, even in this paper. This is very weird paper. I probably will not buy another Grazia Salvo book unless it's in hardcover because it's just the paper is just very hard on my markers and my pencils. I don't know what it is about this paper. This paper is weird. Sorry, the paper's weird in this book. Now, here's an oldie that you guys don't see me take out too often. Age of Elegance by Ellie Marks. I did this one. Yes, I remember. You guys remember seeing this one in the progress stages. So I did finish this one. I do use pencils on this. I mean, I could use markers in this book because the paper is nice, but I prefer using pencils on this book. I don't know why. I like using pencils on this book. So probably get done faster with the book, but I want to treasure it. Now, I did end up going to Europe or Amazon UK for this book. Don't blame me. I did spend a lot on this book, but after seeing so many people coloring it, I just had to have it. Yeah, I did have to have it. I had to have the book. So I did go to Amazon UK to get this. So this is a Color Your Hoard. The first picture is going to be a Color Your Hoard. So as you can see, I started that. Yeah, this is a Color Ya book. It's an international book. You can't get it yet in the States. You know, Color Ya has a few books that you can get on the States. But the problem is you have to go to Amazon UK, Amazon France, Amazon Spain to get some of the Color Ya books. And they're pricey. This one was about $32. So to me, if I'm going to spend that much money, I better darn well like the book. And I use this for Color Your Hoard for this month. So I use markers. I'm using basically, I've already decided for this book, it will be a marker-based book. Then I did this one, as you can see. What is the sign of a nice juicy marker, everybody? It leaves marks behind. So that's why when you do it, you put a piece of paper between. I won't spend 80. The most I'll spend is 50. And if it's a Clara McCulver, Nicholas Philbrook book. So let's get that straight. The book better be amazing. So here's this one, right? So I did this one. There were exceptions, so that's that one. So then I didn't do any other books. So this is new to the collection, right? You know, or who is it? Karolina Kubikowska is going to come out sometime later this year with 2 of the books. She's re-releasing them as a second edition. What is it? Imaginary Friends and Magic Hour. She said she'll be re-releasing them later this year. So I got to make sure I have enough money for that in the budget and space to hold them, hopefully. So then we go to our hardcovers. Yes, we have hardcovers, everybody. So I did this one. This is Twilight Garden by Maria Trollet. And I did a nice little bunny, which could be Easter. So I used Prismas, Colors, Black Widows, Holbeins, and my polychromos. As you guys probably guessed, I am using more than one pencil sometimes to finish a project. So I did this. Yeah, I know. It's like a nice little Easter. Yeah, so she's going to come out with those later in the year. So now we do our hardcovers. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of hardcovers this month. I have a lot of hardcovers. This is a long stream this week today. So then I did Midnight Masquerade, Tales by Midnight Masquerade. So I did around 60 images this month. I think, what was it, 40 coloring books, 6 of which were PDFs. So that's 34 coloring books. So I think that the number's around 60. I'm not exactly sure because I haven't logged everything into the Excel. So then I did Tales from the Midnight Masquerade, and I did this one. I finally finished this one. I had started this one a long time ago, never finished it. And I figured since Easter was coming up, I would do some of those. So yeah, I know. I did a lot of bunnies this month. Surprisingly, I did a lot of bunnies. Now, this is an old one. I don't even think they have these anymore. And this is the only one that I have. I think the artist is Lendl. This is book 1 of 4. There was 4 of these originally. I was only ever able to get the first one. They sold out so quickly. And so what they do is 2 images of each one. So you get Grayscale dark and light. So the first part is dark. So you get these again. So I did this one, right? I finally finished this one. I was able to finally finish it. I did this in colored pencils. As you can tell, I already have started some. So, So then they have a lighter one. So then they do a second set here. So this is basically the first set. And then they do a second set, which is lighter. So if you want to do them again, you can do them again, which I kind of like. But I think this is art by Lendo. Because there wasn't an artist when I did these. But I don't think they print. I think these came very quickly and they sold very quickly. I was very lucky when I bought this. So I'm not even sure this is even still around on Amazon. Just it. Sometimes you get very lucky with books and sometimes you get very bad. I wanted the other one, the blue one that they had, but fortunately that they don't longer sell that. So, and I think Lendo Art has a Etsy store. And then we did a Karolina Kubikowska book. I may have done this on screen. I may not have done this on screen. I'm not sure. I did this one. I finally finished this one. I did this one, which I like this one. You know what I mean? So as you guys can see, and Linka's signed and Carolina signed this book, so that makes that a special book. And this would be one I would keep because it's fine. And when they signed it, a little bit more special. So I did this one, I did this one, I did this one. I think I did more than one in this book, but see, this is also a work in progress. So different things, you know, you do different colors with them. And you're allowed to play with them too, you know. Plus, Carolina has an Etsy store, and I just love this book. I know I'm not going to finish this overnight, but this is one of the books I would keep. I would keep this one. So this one I bought off of Etsy, and this was pricey. Now, this one I bought off a, where did I buy this one? I bought this off of a Polish website many years ago, and this is the last page in this book. So we are on our last one, and I did tell you this was going to be a long stream, guys, right? Did I lie about that? No, I did not lie about that. And this one is Queens of Poland, and we did this on a live stream, guys. If you remember correctly, this was done in a live stream. We did this. So this one was done on a live stream that we did so earlier this month. So I was really proud of this one. And sometimes I keep a lot of books, and I forget I have them until I'm cleaning up. And so what happened was I was doing some cleanup, and I saw in this book somehow managed to fall down. I guess I wanted to be used. I guess that's God's way of saying use me. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Everybody, so this is the last one that we've done this month. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this book. Everybody, and this is where we'll leave. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the books I was reading this month and other things at the beginning. So if you missed a part, you know, it's funny. Every book is different, Pamela, and I think that's as diverse as my reading is. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this. Everybody stay safe and healthy and enjoy each other. Bye, everybody. I'm so glad you guys could come and share in the book. So bye, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. I know I did. Bye, everybody.